Hi there, it's Michelle of themindfulartist.com and michelletabers.com, and I came across this sketchbook the other day in my, I have a basket there that I keep my yoga blocks and other exercise like weights and stuff in. So anyway, this is from when I was 9 years old, and before I get to this, it made me think of something else that I really wanted to tell you about, especially now. So before we went into, shelter in place, lockdown, whatever you like to call it, two people within a week, it happened to be two musicians, mentioned that they were teaching themselves how to draw using a book that I want to recommend to you. It's called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain by Betty Edwards. I don't know if you've heard of it. Let me know in the comments below if you've heard of it, if you've used it. But it's a complete course, a self-guided course in a book. And basically all you need is, what you probably have on hand is like a pencil and some paper, and you can teach yourself to draw. I did use many of the exercises when I was teaching drawing. I would say, to me, it's not the complete treatise on learning drawing because it focuses a lot on representation. And I think that's something that when we first start out, it's very enticing, very exciting. I mean, for me, it was a really exciting learning curve to actually make something look like what I saw in front of it. And as you know, probably if you've watched my channel a long time, I'm also very much into self-expression, into tuning in with yourself, into developing your own voice as an artist. And this book isn't necessarily about that. But if you have always wanted to make a face look like a face, a person look like a person, a bowl of fruit look like a bowl of fruit, and you've struggled with that, or if you're one of those people who says, I can't draw a straight line, believe me, you can. So let me explain why this sketchbook from when I was 9 brought that up for me. So I have all these goofy sketches here. It's like little milkmaids and princesses, squirrels. There's a bunny. There's tons of stuff in here. Oh, look at this. This is probably inspired by a show that was popular when I was, sorry if I cover up my face. So when I was a kid, there was this show called I Dream of Jeannie. And if anyone remembers it, give me a shout out in the comments below. Anyway, obviously this little lady was inspired by Barbara Eden, who was the star of that show. She was a genie who lived in a bottle. And as a kid, it was the coolest thing, is like this lady who lived in a bottle and could come out and grant her master, Major Nelson, wishes. Anyway, that is all. But okay, so let me look at, so here is like, here's a drawing, a figure drawing that I did, right? That's drawing on the left side of the brain. That's how we think we see things. Then there's a drawing I did at the same time of my dad watching TV. And when I look at this, I'm like, how did I know how to do that? I didn't really have a ton of art in school, in elementary school, or any extra. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I saw it a second ago. Oh, here, okay, so here's a sketch I did when I was 9 of my dad watching TV. And if you look at the way the form is and the foreshortening and the proportions and everything, that's what drawing on the right side of the brain is. And so Betty Edwards in her book teaches you how to see that way, which is different, not better or worse, I don't think. So, but anyway, that's the subject of another video. But I just wanted you to have something, if you've always wanted to learn how to draw and you find yourself with time at home that you didn't used to have, this is a great time, like no extra materials. I'll put a link to the book in the description box. I'm pretty sure all you need is pencil and paper, which probably most of you have on hand. You don't have to buy any special equipment. And I just thought that would help you. I was excited because, a musician friend of mine who was so excited to be learning how to draw, and he was so excited to tell me that he was studying with that book. So if you've never heard of the book, tell me. If you've heard of the book, tell me in the comments below. If you've used it and liked it, if you've used it and don't like it, tell me. I think there's some really excellent exercises in there, And I like that it talks about the brain science of how the difference between seeing things as they really are and how we think we see them. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you something fun to try out in this time of staying at home. And I will see you in the next video. I hope you're subscribed so you don't miss any. I've been making a ton recently just because I'm inspired and I find myself obviously with more time on my hands. So anyway, take care. Bye.